Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into a story that's equal parts breathtaking and utterly ridiculous. Get ready for my Santorini adventure. You know those pictures, right? The ones plastered all over Instagram. Perfectly whitewashed villages, infinity pools, and sunsets that look like they were painted by a god. That was my vision for Santorini. Pure, unadulterated, graceful perfection. I imagined myself sipping cocktails, looking effortlessly chic, and just soaking in the Mediterranean bliss. Every moment would be a postcard, every step a dance. I had it all planned out in my head. Well, let me tell you, Santorini had other plans for my graceful entrance. Within 5 minutes of stepping off the ferry, I nearly became one with a rogue scooter. It was a blur of chrome and panic, a true baptism by fire, or rather, by two-stroke engine. Then, in an attempt to soothe my nerves, I bought a gelato. Naturally, it decided to stage a full-scale meltdown, coating my hand and shirt in sticky, sugary chaos. So much for effortlessly chic. But hey, that's travel, isn't it? It's rarely the perfectly curated highlight reel we see online. It's the messy, unexpected, and often hilarious moments that truly make the journey unforgettable. So, the ferry docks, and I'm immediately overwhelmed. The port is a whirlwind of people, taxis, and the distinct smell of salt and exhaust fumes. My carefully planned itinerary instantly felt like a distant memory. My first mission, find my hotel in Oya. I thought I had the directions down, but Oya's charming winding alleys are a labyrinth designed to confuse. I was lost within minutes, dragging my suitcase over cobblestones. "Where's my life?" I muttered to myself, feeling a familiar pang of hunger and utter confusion. My stomach was rumbling louder than the scooters I was now actively dodging. This was not the serene arrival I had envisioned. After what felt like an eternity and a few wrong turns that led me to dead ends, I finally stumbled upon my hotel. And oh my goodness, it was a slice of paradise. The view from my balcony was absolutely unreal. The iconic caldera stretched out before me, dotted with those famous white buildings. All the initial travel woes melted away, replaced by pure awe. This was the Santorini I had dreamed of. Just as I was settling in, enjoying the view, I heard a strange bleating sound. I looked over my balcony and I saw some goats walking around and bleating "goat evening" to me. A whole herd of goats was parading down the path below, looking very important. It was an unexpected, hilarious welcome. My first evening, I decided to be adventurous with my food choices. I walked into a local taverna, determined to try something truly authentic. The menu was entirely in Greek, naturally. So I did what any seasoned traveler would do. I picked a random item, hoping for a delicious traditional Greek dish. The waiter smiled, and I felt a surge of confidence. What arrived was interesting. It was a plate of something green, gelatinous, and vaguely fishy. I took a polite bite, and let's just say it was an experience. My taste buds were definitely surprised. The next day, I ventured out to Red Beach. The pictures looked stunning, and I was excited to see the unique landscape. The color of the cliffs and sand truly is incredible. A deep rusty red that contrasts beautifully with the turquoise water. However, the sand was less sand and more tiny, angry pebbles. Walking on it felt like a foot massage from 1,000 tiny, sharp objects. Every step was an adventure in pain management. Then came the sunscreen incident. I meticulously applied it, or so I thought. Turns out, it doesn't work if it's still in the bottle. I had forgotten to actually apply it. I spent the next few hours looking like a human lobster, a testament to my brilliant sun protection strategy. my shoulders were a vibrant shade of crimson, a souvenir I definitely didn't ask for. Determined to soak up some culture, I headed to the Akrotiri ruins. This ancient Minoan city, preserved by volcanic ash, is absolutely fascinating. I spent hours geeking out over the history and the incredible architecture. I was completely engrossed, imagining life in this ancient civilization. The sheer scale of the preservation is mind-blowing. It felt like stepping back in time, a truly humbling experience. Lost in thought and ancient history, I completely missed the last bus back to Oya. My heart sank as I watched it pull away, leaving me stranded. Panic started to set in. There I was, standing alone at a deserted bus stop, looking like a complete idiot. My phone battery was low and the sun was starting to dip. This was not part of the plan. I started walking, hoping to find another way back. As I rounded a bend, I stumbled upon the most incredible, secluded sunset spot I had ever seen. It was breathtaking. The sky exploded in a symphony of oranges, pinks, and purples, painting the caldera in a way I hadn't witnessed from the crowded Oya viewpoints. It was a moment of pure awe and magic, all thanks to that missed bus. Sometimes the best detours are the unplanned ones. Throughout my trip, I made an effort to engage with the locals. One evening, I met an amazing shop owner who shared stories about growing up on the island. His passion for Santorini was infectious. I also tried my hand at a few Greek phrases. My enthusiastic pronunciation probably sounded more like a confused goat than a polite tourist. But hey, they appreciated the effort, and we shared a good laugh. Then came the donkey ride. You know, the iconic Santorini experience. I thought it would be a charming, leisurely ascent up the steep paths. It was certainly an experience. I gained a newfound respect for those donkeys. They are incredibly strong and sure-footed. My backside, however, was not quite as sure-footed after the bumpy ride. It was a memorable, albeit slightly painful, adventure. Despite the initial culinary mishap, I absolutely fell in love with Greek food. Gyros became my go-to, a delicious, portable feast. The fresh seafood was also incredible, especially the grilled octopus. I learned that sometimes the best way to experience a culture is to just dive in, even if it means a few awkward moments or a sore backside. The warmth and hospitality of the Greek people truly shone through. Looking back, my Santorini trip was definitely not the perfectly curated vacation I had envisioned. There were sticky gelatos, rogue scooters, angry pebbles, and a very sunburned me. It was far from flawless, but you know what? That's exactly what made it so incredible. I learned to laugh at myself, to embrace the chaos, and to find joy in the unexpected. The imperfections became the stories. I realized that chasing the Instagram-worthy photo can sometimes make you miss the actual journey. The best moments were often the ones I couldn't have planned, the detours and the mishaps. The missed bus led to the most beautiful sunset. The confusing menu led to a hilarious culinary tale. These are the memories that truly stick with you, far more than any perfectly posed picture. Santorini, with all its quirks and challenges, became an unforgettable experience. It taught me that travel is about embracing the unknown, rolling with the punches, and finding magic in the mess. It was a journey of self-discovery, wrapped in a beautiful Greek island package. So, if you're planning a trip to Santorini, or anywhere really, here's my final advice. Pack your sunscreen and actually use it. Bring a good sense of humor, because things will go wrong. And maybe, just maybe, a phrase book wouldn't hurt. Remember, even when you're lost, covered in gelato, or sporting a bright red sunburn, you're still in Santorini. And that's pretty amazing. Embrace the adventure, the good, the bad, and the hilariously ugly. Oh, and one last food recommendation. Stick to the gyros. You really can't go wrong with a good gyro. Trust me on that one. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild ride. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more travel adventures and inspiration. Until next time, happy travels!